Shabbat Shalom, one and all.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
Hello, Cantor Friedman. Ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la. Ya la la la, ya la la, la 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 la, ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la. Ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la. Ya la la la, la la la, la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la. Ya la la la, ya la la, la 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 la. So far, so good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our online village, our virtual village. Pleased to see you all. Rueben Lewy, Doris Lewy, welcome to the Zoom part of our Zoom tube experience. Ruben, it's was your birthday recently, and so you and your mom are here to join us, and we celebrate with you your birthday.
Well, actually, it's both our birthdays. Hers is next week.
Got it. All right. So let's see. Ruben, you must be 36. Doris, you must be 54, something like that. Anyway, we don't have to parse that out. We're just glad that you are both celebrating birthdays today and on our service. And so why don't we bless, and then we'll do a special Shechianu and birthday blessing for you both.
No. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner L'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen ve'amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign over time and space, makes us holy with commandments, and commands us to bring in this beautiful Shabbat light. All right. I'm hearing other blessings abounding somewhere.
I am too, Rabbi. It's exciting.
I'm trying to listen to it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
all right.
Music
Cantor,
in the background.
I think the Kiddush is in order, and then I have a special reading to add.
I'm sorry, Rabbi. We should do what?
I think we're the Kiddush is in order.
Oh, the Kiddush.
If memory serves.
It is.
I know it's a little bit loose these days, but the Kiddush, and then I have a special reading.
Beautiful. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsha v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehillah למקרא קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו כי קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הגענו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. L'chaim.
L'chaim. So, in honor of your birthdays, Doris and Rueben, I wanted to read from this joyous soul. Excuse me. And this book of poetry, Rueben, of course, you know, is written by your friend, Alden Solovey. And I thank you for introducing me to the beauty of his art. And I thought, as a way of bringing in the celebration of yours and your mom's birthday, Doris, your birthday, I would read a poem called Being Present. God, help us live this day in a way that draws your favor, that summons your gifts and your blessings, that attracts holiness and light. Give us courage and strength, hope and understanding. Help us to be present in our lives. Help us to be present in our day. Help us be present for others. Help us be present for ourselves. Let us live awake and aware, vital and energetic, casting off the chains of doubt and fear. God of hidden worlds, God of secret realms, God of trial and triumph, you have given us moments and choices, hours and opportunities, days to build and days to renew. Let us live this day with wisdom, awaken to moments for healing, dedicating our hands and our hearts to the work of creation. And your gifts will appear quietly, gently, sweet like morning dew to refresh our hearts. Can't think of a better framework to understand the power of a birthday. So may you both live for these magnificent blessings in your lives, and may these birthdays herald a new set of blessings coming your way. So let us do a Shechianu and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign over time and space, who gives us life and sustains us and brings us to beautiful moments of witness and of passage as you enjoy a blessed birthday, each of you. Many joyous returns. And are we ready for our virtual air symbols?
I'm ready.
Ready with virtual air symbols. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
And many more.
And many more.
Thank you both.
You're
Now go to the other side.
Okay. Enjoy. Shabbat Shalom. Many joys.
Shabbat Shalom. Many
Be
blessings.
well. All right. Ready to push our prayer experience along, Cantor Friedman?
I'm ready, Rabbi. I think I'm ready to Baruch Hu even.
All right. The call to worship, we rise in body and or spirit, whatever is our comforts. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la la Adonai Amevorah. Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. We have another special reading before we move forward. Also from Mr. Solovey, This Grateful Heart. Meditations at night. God of mystery, thank you for the gift of this day, for the one ending and the one about to begin. Help us to see the moments and the hours, those already past and those to come, as blessings, as teachers. Guide us to service for your name's sake. Grant us comfort and rest so that we enter this new day with a sense of joy, hope, and peace. Then, God of old, we will become a source of love, a beacon of wonder, awe, and grace.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ata et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Frosalenu sukat shlomecha, Frosalenu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
And now, Rabbi, if all goes according to plan, we have a special guest star.
All right. All right. I know who the star is. Excellent. Hooray for Ruth. That was fun. Exhilarating, Ruth Seidner. Very nice. Thank you for that contribution to our prayer experience tonight. And before the Amidah, I return to Alden Solovey for a special prayer before the Amidah. For devotion. God, open up our lips so that our mouths may declare your praise. Open our mouths so that our hearts may sing your glory. Open our hearts so that our eyes may see your wisdom. Open our eyes so that our souls feel your presence. Open our souls so that our hands do your mitzvot. Open our hands so that our works glorify your Torah. Open our works so that our deeds bear witness to your truth. Open our deeds so that our lives bear witness to your justice. Open our lives so that our spirits bear witness to your mercy. Open our spirits so that our days declare your holy name.
Beautiful.
Rise in
I
body.
invite you to rise. Ooh, we're good. We're good. We
Okay,
know.
good idea. I
Synergy
agree.
right here.
I agree. Perfect instruction.
We rise in body or spirit as we join together in our standing prayer, the Amidah. Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagor, Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Rekonei HaKol, V'zocher Hasdei Avot V'imachot, ומביא גאולה לבניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטוב. מחכה לחיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשמי עפר. מי כמוך בעל גיבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיט ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך הקדוש הקדושים בכל יום יחנוך והצלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Let's take a few moments for silent meditation.
Shalom Israel, תשים לעולם. Shalom Israel, תשים לעולם. כי אתה המלך תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם. Seder Kriyat HaTorah l'Shabbat, the order for the reading of Torah on Shabbat, begins with the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Rabbi, would you lead us in the blessing before the reading of Torah? The blessing.
All right. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim. V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. V'daber Adonai el Moshe b'midbar Sinai be'ohel moed be'echad lechodesh hasheni b'shana hashenit l'tzeit tam me'eretz Mitzrayim lemor Se'u et rosh kol adat b'nei Yisrael lemishpechotam leveit avotam b'mispar shemot kol zachar legulgolotam miben 20 shana v'mala kol yotzei teva בישראל תפקדו אותם לציב אותם אתה ואהרון ואיתכם יהיו איש איש למטה איש ראש לבית אבותיו. And Adonai spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai at the tent of meeting on the first day of the second month in the second year following the Exodus from the land of Egypt. And here's what God said. Lift up the heads, which means take a census of the whole Israelite community by their clan of their ancestral homes, listing their names, every male head by head. You and Aaron will record them and their groups from the age of 20 years up, all those in Israel who are able to bear arms. Associated with you shall be a man from each tribe, each one the head of his father's house. The blessing after.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Temet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi.
Kol hakavod. Thank you, Cantor. Shabbat Shalom lekulam, Sabbath of peace to one and all. Nice to see you again here in our virtual village, 5959 online. I received a text today before Shabbat with Shabbat Shalom greetings. And the notion that for this person anyway, that each Friday comes heralding Shabbat every week, and they're getting better and better. I pray that for everyone, I suppose the betterness, if you will, of each of these Shabbatot that come to us may be coming, the betterness may be coming faster or slower, but I hope that we are making steady progress, and I hope everybody is well and struggling forward, paying kindness onward, and having a day, a moment of peace here. So, Chevre, let's begin with a look at our key text from our Parshat HaShavua, Bamidbar, the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verses 1 through 2. On the first day of the second month, the second year following the exodus from the land of Egypt, the Eternal spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting, saying, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by the clans of its ancestral houses, listing the names, every person, head by head." Here, our Parshat HaShavua, Bamidbar, does two things of importance. Firstly, it draws our ancestors more deeply into the desert, and along with that journey comes a greater sense of awareness about who they are and what their mission is going forward. And second, it brings them together in the tent of meeting to take the census, which is a way of naming every person, an act that marks each individual as important. And given this pandemic, which often feels like a desert of disconnection and isolation and loneliness and uncertainty in its own right, how can our Parshat HaShavua bring us a little inspiration as we find our way in this contemporary and challenging journey? What is our call to action? What must we do to stay connected? What must we do to ensure all are counted? If you would, take some time throughout my drash and throughout the rest of the service to reflect on these questions, and feel free to respond in the chat box. I repeat for your convenience. How can our Parshat HaShavua bring us a little inspiration, namely in terms of what is our call to action and what must be due to stay connected? What must we do to ensure all are counted? It looks like we're making a slide as we speak. Thank you, Leah Jones. We learn in the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 18, that God led our people by way of the wilderness. But why, we ask? Why not a nice, sunny, surf-filled route alongside the Mediterranean? Why not a little jaunt through the beaches of Tel Aviv? We turn to the wisdom of Rabbi Lawrence Kushner. Those of you who have studied with me on Fridays in our mysticism class, Honey from the Rock, will recognize this important text. The wilderness is not just a desert through which we wandered for 40 years. It is a way of being, a place that demands being open to the flow of life, a place that demands being honest with ourselves without regard to the cost and personal anxiety, a place that demands being present with all of ourselves. In the wilderness, our possessions cannot surround us. Our preconceptions cannot protect us. Our logic cannot promise us the future. Our guilt can no longer place us safely in the past. We are left alone each day with an immediacy that astonishes, chastens, and exalts. We see the world as if for the first time. Now, we might say that the promise of such spiritual awareness could only keep one with the greatest determination in the wilderness, but for a moment or so. That such a way of being would be like breathing pure oxygen. We would live our lives in but a few hours and die of old age. It is better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. And indeed, that is our choice. Of course, the hope here is that our choice is to move forward with freedom, not backwards to slavery. But here, in this special wisdom by my teacher, Lawrence Kushner, the desert is not just a harsh and hot and forbidding place. It's also a place of opportunity, of becoming. The wilderness is not just a place of wandering, it's also a place of focus and clarity. The desert opens us to life as that life unfolds around us and our own lives and the collective life of our community. So it's in this space that the wilderness requires of us honesty. It's like a mirror reflecting who we really are as individuals, as a congregation, as a nation, and also who we are not, or not yet. The desert calls on us to be disciplined, with disciplined thought and disciplined action. The wilderness breaks down the presuppositions we have about our past and our present and our future, assumptions that too often have us looking at our world with scarcity and constraint. But it's also true that the desert transforms us, summons abundance, summons risk. The wilderness moves us away from the safe side of the street and calls us to climb upward toward our greatest aspirations. The desert permits us to open our minds and change, even revolutionize our lives, and especially the thinking that may have created our scarcity in the first place. So on this Shabbat, we revisit our ancient Midbar, our ancient desert. And on this Shabbat, we also consider a new sort of wilderness. That is this pandemic, this COVID chaos. Besides the paradigm shift summoned by our Torah, how might this desert view help us in our tent of meeting? How might this viewpoint help us strengthen our community, to draw us closer in spirit while we remain physically distant? How might we in this virtual tent of meeting come to find a greater sense of belonging, that each of us still matters, that each one of us deserves to be counted? One thing our COVID pandemic has taught us is the transformative power of inreach. In particular, our Chesed team, about whom I've spoken before, and I'm delighted to speak about them again. Our Chesed team has met this rapidly changing life experience with enduring Jewish principles and values like Gemilut Chasadim, acts of loving kindness, and Kol Yisrael Aravim Ze Bazeh, mutual responsibility, and other enduring virtues like Lev Patuach, an open heart, and Sichlut Halev, a perceptive heart. Our Chesed team is meeting the demand. They've heard the cries of isolation, and they've responded, and they continue to respond, checking in on folks, cross-referencing lists so everyone is counted and recounted and no one is forgotten. They also are making sure our birthday gentleman, Rueben Lewy in particular, with his team, is working on making sure that people can participate in our virtual village, in our virtual tent of meeting, acting like human tugboats, as I call them, kindly collecting and bringing lonely ships and lonely souls into our harbor of sacred community. You see, 5959 North Sheridan is not just a sacred space, nor simply a physical place. Rather, 5959 North Sheridan, our beloved Emmanuel congregation and its lasting legacy, is really a mindset. It's a way of being. It's a way of living. It's a way of helping us be more accountable for the Jewish values that sustain our Kehila Kedosha, our sacred community. And of course, it's a way of making good in the world. Our ancestors made their way through the Midbar, through the wilderness, thirsty, hungry, and uncertain, but no less dedicated to living as a free people, striving for Menschlichkeit. Surely the desert humbled them, reminded them that they are but dust and ashes. But the wilderness also empowered them, implanting within each that would be counted, that the world was created for them to impact positively, if not transformatively. And today, we walk in a new Midbar, the wilderness of pandemic, a viral chaos. We ourselves remain thirsty, hungry, and uncertain, despite progress, vulnerable to disease and economic downturn. But we, like our ancestors, as we walk through this desert, also have wide open possibilities to grow, to evolve, to heal, and to rise up. So, Chevre, may this moment of reckoning, I pray, remind us as a community and as human beings to never stop becoming, to know that we are always somehow under construction, even after 140 years of glorious service to and existence within the larger Jewish community. Whether at 5959 North Sheridan, our physical tent of meeting, or at 5959 online, our virtual tent of meeting. Let our journey of opportunity help us transform other activities, other experiences like adult engagement and teen participation and inclusion of all, so that everyone can feel that they matter even more. And while we're at it, may we focus on how we message and who we are. May we be clear, and what we do, may we extend even greater clarity regarding our mission and how we best expand our mission and better leverage our physical space by the lake, hopefully sooner than later. These are things this moment calls us to. And what about how we most effectively apply our spiritual entrepreneurship and extend our virtual village, our tent of meeting, locally and nationally and globally and internally. And so I pray that our efforts help every soul in our community feel counted among us and feel like he or she or they matter. And with that, we say, Bezrat Hashem, with God's help, Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi Morantz, we had some really beautiful reflections in our YouTube chat. I thought I would share those with you at this time. Is that all right?
Nothing like a wise and virtuous postscript.
Well, it was your questions, which you saw me copying and pasting during your sermon.
That was a really good call, Leah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So from Beth Ann says, never lose track of your faith, family, and friends. It's what I have done, and also why I come here every Friday night, to be with my home away from home. And we've seen Beth Ann every week since we went online, and she was, of course, with us every week before. Nancy Wagner suggests that we can smile through our masks. You can still make eye contact with the stranger and smile in your eyes. You are seen, you matter.
Beautiful. Present and smiling eyes. Two very good pieces of advice.
From Sandy Chait, our call to action is to communicate, listen, respect each other, be there for each other, and believe. And from Sandy Adina, while we reflect on all for which we are thankful, let us not forget those neighbor communities hit so much harder than ours, and consider how we can resolve the inequalities that cause that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, just as some Shabbats might be on the upswing and improving all the time, and I hope they are for everyone. The truth is that it's not that simple, is it? There are those who struggle and maybe on a downturn. We hope that turns around as quickly as possible, and let's just keep paying kindness forward. Maybe we'll do our part to turn the tide, help people turn the tide.
But a very vibrant conversation with your intriguing questions tonight. So I just wanted to make sure we heard some of that. Thank
you, Leah. Nice to hear what a wise and lovely postscript that has really made this moment matter even more. So thank you all who contributed. And of course, if you take these questions with you and reflect on them, you will help us beyond this moment to answer these deep questions about how we actualize our mission going forward, whether in a virtual tent or a physical tent. The work, in a sense, is the same. We have to find a way to count each other, to walk with each other, even through the wilderness. So we struggle forward. Thank you much. Let us continue with Sfirat HaOmer. I think it's really important for us to take this sense of purpose with us, to make, however we meet, virtually or in real space, that we do so with a sense of making sure everybody matters, everybody's counted. What a beautiful notion as we prepare for Sfirat HaOmer and our Sinai moment come Shavuot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al Sfirat HaOmer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, who makes us holy with your commandments, commands us to count the Omer. We're moving right along, as you can see. Hayom arba'ah v'arba'im, yom she'em shisha shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 44th day of the Omer, which is the equivalent of 6 weeks and 2 days of Omer. We only have 6 more days. Not many. So one way that we create an opportunity in our community to ensure that people matter is the Mishaberach. And so in that spirit, we read the following names of those who want to feel better, want to feel more whole, Let us do whatever we can to help them. Noreen Alper, Judy Altman, Tanya Barliant, Teresa Busher, David Burchett, Vega Sor Barchaya, Linda Danielson, Gita Domsky, Dr. Joseph Fair, Francine Fields, Lana Fields, Carter Glass, Don Grandolfo, Mimi Harris, Dr. Karen Hawk, Werner Hyman, Jane Herron, Priscilla Hill, Walter Ivy, Larry Jones, Harold Katz, Molly Klee, Anne-Marie Kuleza, Robert Langfelder, Holly Lipschultz, Roy Lloyd, Stephen Martinez, Gerald Marks, Richard MacArthur, Dr. James McCreary, Stephen Melnick, Deep Meserve, Deborah Miller, Jimmy Miller, Scott Montgomery, Joe Mosciano, Moshe Ben Chava Venatan, Jordan Nirenberg, Nicole Newcomb, Larry O'Neill, Don Olson, Mark Perlman, Richard Price, Jamie Raffleson, Alan Sager, Kristen Rouse Skinner, Betty Rudolph, Leah Batsera, Maria Sklyanskaya, Linda Stahl, Polly Stein, Kirk Stokes, Michael Van Buren, Virginia Wharton, Nachum Feivel Ben Gedalia Umasha. Additions, corrections?
Yes. I have additional names from our congregation. Nick Cordero, Carol Cohen, Carol Baker, Phil Goldstucker, Becky Hanscom, Rebecca Lockett, Roby Wayne, Terry and Stuart Epstein, Gregory Sklavos, Jim Kelso, Allison Good, Leo Jacoel, Bonnie Fields Leibovich, Debbie Watts, Carmen Villa, Tina Ortega, Bonnie Pearlstein, and Dolores Miller.
Refuah Shlema, renewal body and spirit to one and to all.
And on with and on with we rise in body or spirit for our Elenu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחת האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. You know, Rabbi, as you were reading, as you actually were blessing and counting the Omer, it occurred to me that we're almost there. We're almost at Shavuot. And at Shavuot, of course, we're going to have services. So would you like to do a word about those, or would you like me to?
To share. I will be happy to share about Shavuot. So firstly,
Thank you.
For those of you who want to get a little fresher on the power of Shavuot and significance of our redemption and our Kabbalat Matan Torah, the receipt of the gift of Torah, we're going to have a lesson. It's our Judaism 101 class called Jewish Way, based on the wisdom of Rabbi Irving Greenberg. We'll be meeting Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. And then later in the week, we will be doing a Yizkor on Friday morning at 10:30. During the evening, we'll have Kabbalat Shabbat infused with the Shavuot experience. In particular, we will chant the Aseret Hadibrot, the 10 utterances or 10 commandments, and that will be powerful. And then for good measure, at around Havdalah, we're going to do a tikkun. Now, it's not specifically tikkun leil Shavuot, although it's sort of done in that style because it's essentially after Shavuot, because of the virtual nature of our engagement. We had to do it after Havdalah on Saturday. And so colleagues of mine from throughout the Lakeview area and other areas of Chicago will gather for Havdalah at 9:30 Saturday night after Shabbat. And we'll do Havdalah, we'll teach a text, and then there will be sessions. And the sessions will go through 1 a.m. or to 1 a.m. So not a full tikkun, which could go to like 4 a.m, you know. This is a great opportunity if you've never done this tikkun leil Shavuot to do it now. You don't even have to leave your living room, as you well know. You don't need me to remind you of that. But it should be a great opportunity for us to finish off a powerful Shavuot experience. So, by the way, in case you want some inspiration on the way, have a look at our Emmanuel YouTube page and a collection of videos called the Sfirat HaOmer Project, which we have been working as fast as possible. And we're about halfway through. Well, not quite, almost halfway through. We have some that need to be posted, but there's about 18 such videos to help you reflect on the power of virtues to ready yourself, ourselves, for Sinai. So, Shavuot, Cantor.
Thank you, Rabbi. And as our wonderful tech captain / president of the congregation puts up the offerings from our website, let me say that last Havdalah was done by Leah Jones and I'm blanking on the name.
Barish.
Yeah, I'm blanking on Brian's last name, but he was quite outstanding. Both of them were. And if you would like to lead something, maybe a class or maybe Havdalah or maybe something else, just send Rabbi and I an email. We would love to increase our tent, and a lot of talented people in our congregation. So we'd love to hear from you.
Indeed. You know, one of the ways we're trying to expand our adult engagement experience is through cooperative learning, which means if you have something you want to learn, let us know. We'll find a teacher. And if it's something you can teach yourself, well, then you become the teacher. And we're happy to put you to work in support of our learning experience. So, Cantor, I believe it's just about time to close our service. I hope everybody tonight feels like they matter. That's always a goal of ours. So hopefully we have done our part, and we're going to keep working at it. So, oh, yes, we should do, it's very important. Speaking of matterness, we turn our hearts to the Kaddish and those who we remember. We say the Kaddish and we mention these names because the people matter, not just when they are alive, but when they are not. And maybe in some ways, it's that much more important for us to ensure that everyone matters, to ensure everyone is counted on a yahrzeit or during Shloshim, the period following one's death, the month following one's death. And so it's in that spirit that we read and count, really, this list of souls who deserve our loving memory. Those who've died recently, Joseph Goldner, and those who've died in years past at this season. Archie H. Cohen, Nathan M. Cohen, Rose S. Cohen, Charles S. Cohn, Estelle S. DeMars, Nettie Farber, Phineas Galiepter, Jean Glass, Leon Glassman, Louise Guth, Frida Fishman, Paul P. Fleischer, Winifred G. Hopkins, Elaine Falk Katz, Max Kaufman, Irving Kirsten, Roberta Klein, I. Harry Landau, Fanny Lerner, Jim Lavoie, Celia Levy, Barbara Jean Lewis, David S. Marks, Elsa Marks, Michael Melzer, Judith Miller, Charles I. Mills, Angie Morgan, Leslie Roberts, Ronnie Russell, Hedwig Sanger, Golly Shear, Judy Skier, Joseph Smolin, Ethel Steiner, Vera Alma Thoman, Bogdan Urbansky, Helen Vogel, Judy Volk, and Erwin Wise. Additions, corrections, repronunciations?
By one correction, it's Freda Fishman.
Freda Fishman. Okay, thank you. Excuse me, Freda Fishman.
Additional names from our congregation. In recent days, Charlotte Dubin. Additional names for the Kaddish are Chester Kaplan, Jerry Stiller, Fred Willard, Jerry Sloan, Ken Osmond, Annie Glenn, Willis Roosevelt German, Jane Benty, Hecky Powell. And yes, those are the names at this time.
Quite a number of celebrities in that list, and some who brought lots of smiles. So we remember them, we count their memories as a blessing, we count their legacies as worthy of emulation as we move forward with Kaddish and life. Yidkadal v'yidkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach rute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, Bagala Vizman Kariv Vemeru Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Alme Amaya. Yitbarach Vishtabach Vitpa'ar Vitmam Vitnase. Vitadar Vitale Vitalal Shemed Kudsha Richu. Leila Min Kol Birchata Vishirata. Tushbachata Benechamata. Damiran Be'alma Vemeru Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'meru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'meru Amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And we say, Amen. Oops. All right. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata az yavohu ba'kulam. Amru et ze kodem lifanai zelo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata ninase mechachala. Yeh lanu ra'in davar ze lo nora. Amru et ze kodem lifanai ze lo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Notice Cantor Friedman says, you and I. That means any of us will change the world. But we have to do it together, which means that we do so with a sense that each of us matters, that each of us has the possession of virtues and skills and talents and the will to be a force for good. But if we do it together, then we can truly change the world. And that works whether we're in our virtual tent of meeting or in our real tent of meeting. Either way, responsibility is just as important. Might be rendered differently, but it's just as important. So we lift our hands in blessing for everyone in our community, you and I. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May Adonai bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'hu.
May God smile upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up God's face to you, that God might shine in you and shine through you and give you God's most precious gift of peace.
Amen. Stay well, everybody. Struggle on. Pay kindness forward. Be a force.
Shabbat shalom. We sure do miss you.
Good Shabbos. Take care. Laila Tov. See you tomorrow.